Rightio, hey guys, Mike Hilston here from the Chatbot Agency. Just wanted to let you in on something that we've been working with recently with a new software company that's come to town called Locator Australia. And basically what we've been able to do here jointly is to look at property marketing the way it is now, and at the same time roll that out onto the off the plan type stock. Now we've actually essentially set up a new business under Chatbot Agency called MarketingQLD, which will be looking after all the services that we're going to be providing agents with this. And Locator, of course, will introduce Sarah Darden, who's the operations manager at Locator Australia. Says, how are you, darling? Thanks for being here.
Oh, thanks for having me.
No worries. Now, here, under MarketingQLD, with its own little entity, what we're now able to do is sort of like, now we've actually built the bridge between digital marketing on social through to stock that we can provide real estate agents and all that kind of stuff. So, you guys have basically...
Yes, well, we've come up with a bit of a solution in collaboration with you to be able to provide agents with stock that they can rely on to be available, while also having all of the information they need to both market and sell a property to a buyer. And so I guess that's probably a good time for me to explain what is Locator.
Oh, that's going to be the next question, says, without a doubt.
Yeah, so Locator is a software that a developer would use to map a whole project, whether it's house and land, apartments, townhouses, sometimes just commercial or land only. And the whole, I guess, point of doing that is to have the project mapped in a single source, content managed system.
Beautiful.
So that they can distribute it out to many entities without having to increase their admin costs and time, and it also enables there to be a bit more efficient transmission of information. Now, the benefit to a developer in doing that is to potentially accelerate the sales of their project, which will reduce their holding costs, and it will enable them to focus their energies on what they do best, which is develop property, and then they can move on to the next project.
Yep.
Now, with MarketingQLD, we see this as an opportunity to not only give access for agents to have access to more stock, and also help work with a wider network of agents, buyers, as well as enable our developer clients to sell out their estates. With MarketingQLD, the unique thing about it, I think, is that you provide a really comprehensive marketing solution to your agents.
Yep. And
so we see that as a real, I would say, effective way of distributing the projects out, because we know that it's going to be done in a really professional way.
Of course. And
also we know that with the other support that you're going to provide your clients, we can ensure, I guess, a bit of a cultural shift and growth in being able to sell off the plan projects across South East Queensland, with more agents knowing how to do it in a really, I would say, just schmick way.
A more efficient way.
Yes.
And obviously there's a lot of trust that goes with that as well.
Yeah.
And I think, being an agent selling this kind of stock beforehand, you've always got the monkey on your back going, right, if I sell this, when do I get paid? Are they going to pay me? Yeah, we've got a form in place and all that kind of stuff. But I think it's also taking away the confrontation that an agent might have to have with a developer when it's just really coming from one source. And you're the information part there, and that means that we've got to respect the information that you pass through. without everyone jumping on the bandwagon and losing it.
Yeah, I think what you've touched on there is, I think, something that most people in the property industry have experienced. And Locator, because of its essence as a software, everything is logged, everything is recorded, all of the transactions, who registered a client, and I guess all of the agreements in place for terms of payment, how much they're to be paid and when to be paid, are all established from the very beginning. And it's all held by really, I would say, enforceable contracts. And so one of the benefits of being an agent who operates and sells Locator stock is you can sell with confidence and knowing that you will get paid. And obviously, being an agent under Marketing Queensland, you can sell with confidence knowing that all of the commissions have been locked in from the developer level down through the Buyer Connect and Marketing Queensland and the Locator coins. So whenever, for instance, you sell a property, you issue contracts, every project will have its slightly unique protocol, but generally speaking, the contracts are issued back to the vendor's solicitors, so the developer's solicitors. Yep. They are executed, and typically within 5 business days, the contract will go unconditional, depending on certain clauses. And if finance is approved and the banks are ready to settle, the sale will have a settlement date. And once the property is settled, invoices are issued, the developer pays, and it's basically a matter of just when funds clear the accounts on when the actual agent gets paid through Marketing Queensland. So you'll be invoicing Marketing Queensland, and Marketing Queensland will pay you the commission for your sale. And, you know, with working together, it makes it possible for you to, I would say, leverage your network and your marketing with Marketing Queensland and have access to potentially hundreds of listings without having to spend any money obtaining them. Yep. So that, I think, is probably what has the potential to grow each agent's business.
Yep. Absolutely.
And furthermore, you'll have, you know, so much more content that you can create for your own testimonials and,
Yep.
you know, getting more buyers into your network,
Absolutely.
Costing you less ultimately.
Yeah, no, well, you touched on the marketing side there, and that's an important piece there for any agent or associate that is a coin under Marketing Queensland, because part of the service that we're going to be providing our coins, which is different to obviously other coins, is that we will set you up with a page, okay, so your own landing page, so you can set up your own domain and all that kind of stuff. So we've got the platform in place for that. That will be linked up with Locator and your Locator account as a coin under us. So we can push properties listings. We can push listings into that page for you. The other part, of course, is when you do take these listings on, we need to market them. We need to run ads in Facebook, into a chatbot. Having these listings for agents or associates of ours means that this is the easiest way for them to build their messenger list.
Absolutely.
And actually generate a new lead source that will be passively growing as more and more listings come on. And the more you market those into the areas that you want, you're effectively, you know, you can create, obviously the objective out of this is this will be your business. Okay, and if you look after your buyers and your investors and all that jazz, and hey, tie in with the finance guys and go, hey, look, you know, I've got this guy who wants to buy this unit. Who's going to finance it? And through the network guys, we'll be able to find those people that are actually understand the process and all that jazz. And this is one of the big benefits from Locator, guys, is that when a listing goes live, it actually means that all the paperwork is in place for that property to be sold.
Yeah. And just to expand on that a little bit more, whenever a property is put on Locator, it could be under a few different, I guess, stages in a development. For instance, some house and land projects are not registered yet. Currently, the majority of our house and land projects are titled and registered, which means they can settle effectively as soon as the contract goes unconditional. Some of them are technically pre-sale contracts, but the titles are typically issued within a few months. And so in that case, you might have to wait until settlement to get paid, but as long as contracts are ready to be issued, they can still go unconditional, and you can count on that and build up your pipeline of commissions, as well as having some commissions from properties that are ready to sell.
Absolutely.
So I think that the other benefit I thought of while you were talking was, in addition to you building up your business through having messenger chatbots, together with Marketing Queensland, Locator would like to help support education and how to sell off the plan. And we also think that there's a huge opportunity for agencies, normal real estate agencies who have a bit of a rent roll. We can help you market some of these properties to some of your database and educate you on how to grow your potential rent roll, market to maybe some of your landlords who might want to increase their property portfolio. You may already have a whole database of buyers just sitting there ready to go, and we are poised and ready to help you market to them. And together with Marketing Queensland Chatbot Agency, we think that that could be a really powerful tool to growing your businesses. And there's also opportunity for agents who may not have experience in offer plan sales at all, or maybe they're just getting into the industry. Well, if you've got enough, I would say, ambition and drive, I think that you could jump into this pretty quickly. And we've got the resources and skill set to be able to help you learn the ins and outs of how to do it in a really professional way.
I think for the starting agent, that'll be absolute gold. On two fronts. One is it's given them a listing. They're going to learn from you guys. And you guys have streamlined this whole process to a point where it's the way it should be. There's no ifs, buts, maybes around it. For the new agent, it's really, now I can build my list around here, so I'm bringing in more buyers. And from a Facebook's perspective, getting more of those people into your list means Facebook's going to help you a lot more with finding other buyers, and so it all happens. So guys, those who get on first here will obviously benefit from that, because once we put you into this process, we're always looking, minimum 3 months here, folks. It's not just turn it on and forget. If there is no activity, then there's obviously no drive, so therefore, being brutal, there is probably going to be no interest with you being on there for the sake of having a number of listings on your page that you can send somebody.
Absolutely.
And that's basically it. This is a business. There's no point looking after and marketing somebody if they're not going to go and sell it.
Absolutely. I was just thinking again while you were chatting, I think that you might be able to help builders as well as agents. So if you because all of this really, especially for house and land projects, we've got land that needs to be built on.
Oh, beautiful.
And so for a builder, really they need leads on buyers as well. And so a builder usually has a region or area that they can build in. And so, yes, they might need an agent to close. They might do it all in-house. But ultimately, I think that there's scope for builders to be able to access the system as well as agents.
Totally. So absolutely. So if
you're watching this, you might be thinking that, it's not just for agents, it's not just for finance brokers or really anyone else.
That is absolutely brilliant, because if you look at a traditional builder, they'll go project by build by build, and they'll probably go, right, we're going to build 4 houses this year, which is going to generate us X income.
Or 40.
Yeah, or 40. Depends how much you want to scale up here, folks. Sorry. Yeah, it's effectively right before you go on to your next one. It's like, you know, come through, Mike, who's selling land at the moment? We'll push it through. We'll probably push it through to you before we're even notified by you if you've got land to sell, because anything like that we'll put through to you. It's either that builder might know somebody as well if they're not going to have a crack at it.
Well, I think that one thing that I've noticed in recent discussions with builders is that it's kind of surprising that they don't have to pay to put their designs onto Locator house and land estates.
Oh, wow.
So while they still need to, most builders still have marketing campaigns to get buyers, they're also having to pay to have their packages put onto some house and land estates. Whereas if you wanted to have your house designs packaged up onto a land estate, it's more than likely possible for there to still be room for you to do that. And so if there was if you wanted to build in, say, Logan Reserve, Ipswich, Gold Coast, North Side, really anywhere, even some infill sites, if you saw something on the system, or if you just wanted to ask, you could just contact Locator, see if there's anything for them to for you to put your designs on, and then Marketing Queensland can set up a whole funnel to get buyers for those specific areas around South East Queensland.
Imagine for the agent, okay?
And then an agent can help sell and accelerate your build.
Absolutely, and being the first agent to get the land for the builder generally means that agent's going to get to sell the property when it's done.
Absolutely.
Or start finding buyers before it even gets started. So, there's 2 lots of commissions there, guys, because obviously that new build may not even make it onto Locator, but the land has.
Absolutely.
Which is not good for Locator, but for the agent, it's always about the agent we own, and
I think it's more about the developer.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, of course it is. So everybody wins, folks.
We're just trying to get a good outcome for everybody involved, and Locator is about connecting the disconnected. And if we can bring together a solution that works for our community of interest networks, coins, such as Marketing Queensland, and then their subsidiary coins, such as builders, agents, financial advisors, brokers, and so on, and it gives them more opportunities to sell and grow their businesses. It means that our clients, the developers, ultimately are happy and looked after. So at the end of the day, we're constantly trying to come up with more value adds and how we can bring people together to have a better system.
Oh, that's awesome. Now, talking about developers, what does a developer need to do to engage with Locator?
Really, it just starts with an initial conversation.
Yep.
We'd like to know what exactly their project is, what stage it's at, and what their goals are.
Yep.
And we'll basically just have a conversation to see what exactly they want to achieve. And depending on the size of the project, it might make sense.
Yep.
Typically, our developers have projects that are about 12 lots and above. We have developers with as many as 800 or 1,000 lots, and the smallest project that we have on is about 12 lots. And we get results for all of our developers. So I think it's just a matter of having a chat.
Well, no, that sounds absolutely fine. And of course, buyers for this stock don't necessarily have to be in Queensland.
No.
They can buy from anywhere. So if you wanted to be a coin and you're based in Victoria and you're a finance broker or something like that, then you can actually request from Marketing Queensland the types of houses that you believe your clients would be interested in, and obviously you then need to work that out with your clients and come up with the necessary spreadsheets and all that jazz for return. So all we got to do is, that's basically a classified that we're pushing through to them with all the information. interactive.
There's a way through Locator to send shortlists, so you can curate a list of properties for a specific client. You can create shortlists just ready to go with different kind of things based on your own industry knowledge of what people are looking for, so that you can just send it out immediately to people. And whenever someone has access to a shortlist, they have a login within your own brand. So I don't know if you're LJ Hooker or Ray White or a little independent agent or even a finance broker. It's all within your brand. They log in, and then it has all the information for each property for them to make a decision.
So there'd be no Marketing Queensland on it or anything like that, folks. It's your, it is your dashboard. You can control your stuff from that dashboard. You put your expressions of interest on behalf of a client. You get the basically the deposit on a property. Let's look at it, and that can all be done through. You can
submit the EOI through there, and you typically do email it through to. You'd copy Marketing Queensland and through to the developers' solicitors. We haven't mentioned that all of this dashboard and everything. It's actually free. We forgot to mention that it's free for the builders to use it and for them to use the interactive master plans, and it's free for agents. And
folks,
so the only thing that you're actually having to pay for is just the marketing to find the buyers. That's it.
Which is traditionally what you got to do anyway.
Yeah, but you're not having to pay for the software or the system.
Wow, we didn't. Wow, no. I think we take it for granted now, don't we? And I think most agents and that love the word free.
Well, it's all thanks to the developers and investment into selling out their project through using Locator.
So that means that the developer or those listing in there have a vested interest to find buyers. We're just setting up the network of agents who have the buyers to come in and complete the transaction.
Like you said, it's a bridge.
God, no. So folks, look, we're going to be running a lot of these types of Q&A sessions as we go, especially when we have new projects. Sarah's going to be on hand for training, and she's got a great deal of information with how to sell off the plan. That is your specialty.
Well, we've got a bit of a team.
As well as marketing, operations, so you're a multitask young lady.
Well, we've got a team. You won't be seeing just me. But we are going to be putting together, along with Mike, a few how-tos, and we'd really appreciate your feedback if you have specific questions on how to do things. But we will be running through systems, protocols, and what I guess we expect certain rules of engagement to maintain a certain level of professionalism.
Well, it's easy if the rules of engagement aren't followed; they can just be switched off. And that's the worst that can happen, folks.
Yeah, really.
Especially if you're running the marketing through us, and that's what you're going to be doing if you're coming through Marketing Queensland, we can make sure that suspicious, naughty stuff does not get done, because we don't want our switch to be flicked off, guys.
Absolutely. Well, ultimately, we just want to ensure that our developer clients' projects are being marketed consistently across the board, and that I guess the messaging about a project is conveyed in the way that they want.
Absolutely. No, it's perfect, folks. So go, if you have any more questions, hit myself up. Sarah and I can answer a lot of these questions together. It's not hard. All you need to do is just look after buyers in this case, guys, because your sellers have already been taken care of. And I'm sure that if you have people coming through your open homes right now, there is only one buyer for that property. So let's do some simple math here. If you have 30 people coming through that property, then you have another 29 buyers that haven't got the property yet. So this is giving you another channel and another income for you to obviously leverage off, and as well build that database up. Okay, that's where the asset is going to be held, and you own that asset. So be smart about it. We can help you with all of that. And without Locator, we wouldn't be getting these listings in the first place. Okay. And yeah, we've got all South East Queensland to look after.
Absolutely.
Okay. Sarah, thank you very much for your time, my mate.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, no, it's been a pleasure, and well, always a pleasure, of course. And yeah, from Chatbot Agency, yeah, we're very excited about this.
We are too.
Okay.
Thanks.
Thanks, Sarah.
Bye.